Let's get this party going. Oh, yeah. It's beginning. Getting ready for the first call to come in. I am a patient boy. I wait. I am a patient boy. I wait. My time's the one that's got a train. Everybody's moving. Everybody's moving. Everybody's moving. Please don't leave me to remain. Who's gonna be the first in the waiting room? Everybody's always down. And get up. All right, EM7211's already here. Grimstar's already here. You're not first. Grimstar's second. Let's get this fucking Country Club pour going. Got some Fugazi. This Country Club pour is Fugazi. Fucking Pinot Noir. I'm planning a big surprise. I'm gonna fight for what I wanna be. Oh yeah, that's a Country Club pour. That's not Fugazi. Oh, jammy. Everybody's always down, 'cause they can't get up. Oh, that's nice. I am a patient boy. Oh yeah! All right. That song will get you pumped up. A little Fugazi up in this Lilliputian Petrodactyl's here. Also informing Grim that he was not first. Phone lines are open. 516-259-9515. This is a call-in show, whether the world likes it or not. Yeah, it's a call-in show. That's why we fucking get our helping handful of people who can actually use their phones. Got a lot of people said they're calling in tonight. We'll see how that goes. We might get a surprise here. We might get, who knows? I Like Callie Donk said he was going to call in. This guy from San Diego who I know said he's going to call in. We'll see. Who knows? You know, people have busy lives. They can't take any time out of their busy lives. Hank Rogers is here. Thanks, Hank. Feel free to phone in 516-259-9515. Phone lines open. If you're watching on Twitch, call in. Longtime fan Hank, thank you very much. Graham asked, will Callie Donks call? I don't know. I mean, he used to call the old show, so it's not impossible. But it's because he followed me on Twitter and I'm banned from Twitter. So there's no way for me to contact him. It all has to like be through a third party. And when things go through a third party, they generally don't happen. Grim, you should know that better than anyone. Tried to have you act as a third party on many occasions and produced nothing. Bob Dahl is here, 9405. Hey, Bob Dahl, what's up, my man? Well, the chat's filling up. We got that going for us, which is nice. And the calls are rolling in. Here we go. 310, you're on Pokersesh.
Stop saying you're fucking banned on Twitter because you're always DMing me your shrimp dick pictures. So cut that shit out.
Oh,
hey, I had a question for you.
I wish I could DM
a couple questions for you.
My dick pics on Twitter. Elon Musk put an end to it. All right, question. Let's go.
Did your house get fucked up by those Altadena fires last year?
You know, no, but it was very touch and go. At one point, there were like glowing ashes coming down on my houses, and I had to go out and put the sprinklers on the roof. I got all the sprinklers going. I put all the sprinklers on the roof of the house, the guest house, and I was a hero. Basically,
smart man.
Basically, I was a hero. I saved the house, saved the neighborhood. But no, I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you. Did anyone in your neighborhood burn down or anything like that?
No, we just got a whole bunch of like embers and ash, but it actually, like, houses burned down a mile from my house, but whatever was coming down in my neighborhood was not still molten enough, even though some of it was red. It was not molten enough to start fires, I guess.
Well, that's what I was going to say, because a lot of that ash and soot and char that had lead and other heavy metals in it, it's just pretty toxic.
Well, yeah, I obviously have mental retardation. I'm going to blame it on that. Anything I say tonight that's stupid, I'm blaming it on the Altadena fires. That's the problem.
Right. All right. Anyways, what I wanted to ask, now this is something that's been bugging me for years, but you're familiar with the old show, The Big Game on the PokerStars?
I mean, vague.
Remember that one?
Vague. I remember.
When they got,
I remember it. Did they was it a thing where like they gave an amateur $100,000 to come play or something?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's a famous one where Tony G, and I'm sure you're familiar with it, the incident. Tony G, Phil Hellmuth. Tony G's able to induce Phil Hellmuth to call us all in. It's all cash game because he says, I never looked at my cards. He's like, are you sure? He goes, yeah, I promise you I didn't look at my cards. And Phil calls. And I just don't get why is that wrong? Why did people have such a hard time with that? What do you think?
Because people are bitches. They're fucking little fucking wormy ass fucking, I should live in I need a cubicle job, little fucking bitches. Not only there's nothing wrong with it, everything about it is right. That's everything that's right about poker. Everything. I love it when there's somebody at the table saying like, I didn't look at my cards and I'm moving all in. And then they just have aces or whatever. And then, somebody gets butthurt, whatever. It's like, if you're not paying attention and he fooled you, good. You deserve to get fooled. I mean, all of this stuff that I consider gamesmanship that other people might call an angle, which is still fine. I like gamesmanship. I like angles. But then you get the fucking scumbags on like Reddit and 2+2, these fucking nerdy ass fucking dorks who never belonged in a casino in their life, who are miserable, insufferable piles of shit, who now cry their fucking eyes out because they can't get invited to any fucking private games. And they're just like, it's cheating. It's cheating. It's like fucking cheating. No, cheating is like a marked deck, okay? Me saying something that isn't true is poker. That's poker. You should lie all the time. The whole point is lying. It's because a lot of these fucking wormy ass, fucking Asperger, fucking autists, they come from the tournament world where there's like a trillion fucking rules in the tournament world because the tournament director has to put up with all this fucking whining, whereas in cash games, you can just go start a private game. You don't got to put up with any of their fucking whining. You whine, you're out. You're gone. Get the fuck out of my game. Bye-bye. But in the tournament world, the TD, they can't just have a private tournament table. And so the tournaments just keep getting more rules layered on, more rules layered on, more rules layered on. I was trying to watch a few minutes of the World Series of Poker final table this year because my buddy Jamie Chevelle was on here and Greg Mueller, and these are guys that I've played countless hours with. Consummate cash pros, as good as it gets. It's just crazy that fucking LA cash grinders were 20% of the fucking final table. And that's not uncommon, by the way. A lot of LA cash grinders make final table World Series of Poker. It's just because LA is the poker capital of the world, and if you're going to make it here, you got to be very fucking sharp. But anyway, and then Mueller will get in a hand, and he'll be start to ask his opponent a question, and the dealer will just be like, stop, you cannot ask that. And then, Mueller will be like, can I show a card? No, you cannot fucking show a card. Stop the whole fucking tournament. Stop. Oh, red alert. Oh, toxic gas has been released into the studio. This could never air. You could get on the fucking table and butt fuck a puppy. And there would be less of a commotion than one of the players asking their opponents a question or threatening to flash a card to one of their opponents in a heads-up pot. In a heads-up fucking pot. It's just bitch boy behavior. It's endless fucking bitch boy behavior. It's everything that's wrong with poker, and it's why poker's going the fucking way of the dinosaur. I mean, public poker. Private poker is, guys are always going to still get together and play with their friends. There's always still going to be a certain hierarchy there and a certain bro culture there. But casino poker, it's been taken over by the dorks. It's fucking Revenge of the Nerds. And they can all just sit there and be miserable with each other. They can sit there and stare at each other and be fucking miserable for the rest of their fucking lives, for all I care.
Now look at, you're right about all that, about that.
Yeah.
You don't miss poker at all? You're not doing any private games with your friends or boys, anything?
Tiny amount, microscopic, but that might change in the near future.
Okay, in what way?
I have a lot of people that want me to play home games, okay? And these aren't private games like Molly's game type stuff, heavily raked, somebody's making a big profit. These are real home games, country club type games, friendly games. And no rake. Nobody's trying to make a profit. Everybody's just having a good time. Stakes are decent, enough that it hurts if you have a horrible night and feels pretty good if you have a good night. It links in well with golf and golf gambling. So it just sort of makes sense for me to do a little of this. And it does it is fun. I mean, I gotta admit, it is fun. So I've been basically completely out of gambling for over a year, but I'm going to start, I think there's a chance I'm going to start dabbling back in the real home game scene, the country club game scene.
Bring us along with you.
Yeah, I'll let you guys know what I'm doing. I mean, in fact, if anybody here listening lives in Los Angeles at some point when I'm playing again and doing things like this, who knows? Maybe there'll be a seat open somewhere for a loyal Pokersesh listener.
I'll take you on.
Yeah, it's just, and you'll see, this is,
I'll stake you.
Yeah, you'll stake me.
I'll put you in.
I think that the biggest country club game that I've been invited to is 125. So I'll be okay on the stakes. I will survive the 125 dealer call it game.
Oh, that's a little bigger than I play. I play the 80-120 at the bike.
Yeah, you'll be.
The $80 buy-in, maximum 120 buy-in.
Yeah, the 80 to 120. Yeah, it confuses everybody. They're like, "What's 80 120?" You get all these fucking Euro fucking scums they come into the bike in Commerce because there's like an 8120 or an 8160 game. They're like, oh, where's the game with the blinds of 8160 or 8120? And they're like, no, that's the min buy, max buy, 80 to 120. And you see these fucking Hans and fucking Franz and fucking what the where did he see what the like no that's the blinds. The biggest game is over there in the corner and you can't sit in it, bud. Stop speaking Sputnik.
Right.
Stop speaking Sputnik for 5 fucking seconds and maybe they'll let you play.
Hey, we also have to clear up another rumor. So I heard your retirement was forced because you were caught being a pervert in the bathroom stall of Commerce, the little hole action. You were
glory
the one
hole?
giving the services when a little glory hole. Is that right?
Listen, there obviously was a glory hole in the old stall of the bathroom, the private bathroom next to the top section across from the check-in counter. And at one point, there was supposed to be a hot chick on the other side of the glory hole, but as a prank, I put a turtle on the other side of the glory hole. And when guys found out that they were going in there and fucking a turtle, I became persona non grata at the Commerce. But on a true note, this is, I don't know why I'm even saying this. I used to fuck with the Commerce. The Commerce had one of these robots. Do you know about these robots? And nobody in the Commerce management knows this. They were looking for me, but they couldn't figure, like, the security's so bad, they couldn't figure out who was doing it. They have these fucking robots that roll around. And have you ever been there when they have the robot rolling around?
No, I haven't noticed that.
Yeah, they have these like police robots, and the robot rolls around. And I was making complaints in the human resources anonymous complaint box for a while that the robot had touched me in the bathroom. The robot had touched me. The robot had touched me where my bikini covered, and also that I heard the robot using the N-word. So. That's just something. See, this is you get a glimpse into like what I do when I have downtime. I try to prank the people in human resources about their fucking police robot. Maybe they took the police robot away. I don't know. But if you do go to Commerce and you see the police robot, go to the human resources anonymous Dropbox and complain that the robot tried to touch your dick or something. They get a real kick.
All right. Look at last one before I hop off. I need some prognostication from you. So last year you did a good call on the gold and the oil.
Yep.
What's your call currently in August 2026?
Let me think. What is a trade that I've made lately? I mean, I'm still heavy in oil. I mean, I've gone less, I've gone more, I've gone less. Like when I bought up all the oil, the different oil investments in December of last year, and then when the Iran war started and they all spiked through the fucking roof, I started selling them. I'm like, it can't get any better than this. It just can't get any better than this. I mean, all of my fucking wildest dreams have come true. The Strait of Hormuz is closed, okay? And I probably pared that trade down probably 75%. And I was just pouring it into South Korea, okay? And the reason is because when the Strait of Hormuz got closed, then South Korean stocks just fucking fell off the face of the planet because everybody thought that they wouldn't be able to get any oil, any energy to South Korea. And I said, the price of the oil is going to go up, but they're going to get oil. I mean, there's so much fucking oil just floating around, and there's workarounds and this and that. There's no reason for the South Korean stock market to fucking just like drop 30%. It's like the country, these companies didn't become worth 30% less overnight, and This also assumes that they have no pricing power. But of course, SK Hynix and fucking Samsung have massive pricing power. They're making the memory chips and the fucking semiconductors that the world needs at any price. So I poured into South Korea. I documented that in writing to Donkonia. So if anybody thinks I'm just making that up, it was documented real time in writing. I try to make sure that somebody who watches the show religiously or live on the show if it's that night gets these trades in real time so that people can't say like that I'm saying it after the fact, which I would never fucking do. I even admit the ones I get wrong, or things that I don't time exactly right. So I pared down all that South Korea stuff probably, I want to say, a month and a half ago, 2 months ago. I started paring down South Korea, and I had already started paring down the gold a long time ago, but I still have a lot of gold. But what I ended up with was a big chunk of cash, basically. I ended up with a lot of cash. I thought about just buying treasuries because the treasury rate is, the interest rate is very good right now. The yield is very good on treasuries right now. It's historically a good yield, but it's not great. It's just good. So I said, I want to find equities. I don't really want to just pile more into treasuries. So what I decided was to try and find some high dividend free rolls. And I also did a little bit in biotech. So I would say my last 5 trades or so have been Regeneron, Gilead, and Gilead. And I added Regeneron and Gilead were new positions that I added to a couple months ago, like I said. Pfizer, I've always had a position in Pfizer, but I added to that. I bought a bunch of British American tobacco, BTI, pays a 6.5% dividend, and it's just a free roll. It's not going down. These tobacco stocks just fucking linger on forever because now every fucking kid you see now has a fucking vape in their mouth. BTI makes all those fucking vapes. Well, the majority of these vapes. So I bought a bunch of BTI, 6.5% dividend, free. I feel like it's got a big backstop. And I also bought, on the dividend play, I started buying back the oil. So I bought a bunch of Petrobras. The Brazilian Petrobras pays something like 6.5% dividend. I bought a bunch of Petrobras back, the Brazilian oil company. It's trading like 4 times earnings. It's like complete backstops, not going anywhere. It's just printing free money because I feel like the dividends on these stocks that have these great backstops like BTI and Petrobras, these dividends are higher than the treasury yield, the 10-year yield. So I can get a better payout with this than I can with the treasuries. And if I felt like there was a big risk of these things tanking, well then, I'm taking that equity risk and it could offset the dividend gains. But with things like BTI and Petrobras, they're not going anywhere. They're going nowhere. You're just going to fucking collect that giant dividend, take it to the bank. But I almost consider those basically like cash positions. If I had a big play, if I thought that there was a big play that I could make, I would sell. Those are the first things I would sell. Would be the tobacco and the Brazilian oil companies, and maybe Pfizer, which also pays a very big dividend. Verizon pays a giant dividend. So yeah, I added to my Verizon position, added to my Pfizer position, got Petrobras, got British Tobacco, and those are basically sort of a bond play without buying bonds. But if I thought that I had a big equity play that I wanted to make, then those would probably be the first to go because they're just in sort of a holding pattern. But it's a great holding pattern. It's a 6.5% dividend holding pattern. So it's nothing.
Fuck, Lyman. Lyman, I usually live off of every word you say, but fuck, you are being so boring right now. I don't even know what you. I don't even fucking know how to respond. So, anyways, last question. Did you lose a lot of money in the 2024 election? Did you make bets like the previous years or cycles?
No, I didn't. I didn't have. Because the type of action that I was getting in 2016 and 2020 didn't exist anymore in 2024, and a big reason for that is probably just because I blabbed so much about what I was doing or whatever. But no, not really. The real reason why those bets didn't exist anymore is because people could already bet on Polymarket and with their local bookie. Right. And when I started doing that in 2016, there was no place to bet on elections, really. It was tough to get election action down. And so me just sort of hustling MAGA scumbags was easy. It was easy for me to get good numbers with these people because they wanted to bet and they didn't have a place to bet because their local bookie didn't want political action. But by 2024, that was all over. So that basically put me hustling dumb people on election bets out of business. Election bets now are just as common and well known amongst ploppies and punters and dipshits as the Knicks line or the Lakers. Election bets are common now. Everybody knows them.
All right. Lyman, I'm officially ready for bed after all that bullshit you just talked about.
I didn't want to talk. Next week. Listen to me. I did not want to talk about my latest trades. I was not.
Fuck you!
You forced me.
You rich boy. You're a rich boy from Oregon. Fuck you.
Get off my phone. You forced me to talk about my latest bets. I did not want to talk about my latest investments. I knew my latest investments were boring. If you hear me come on and volunteer investment advice or investment information, it's because I think I got something sort of exciting. These were not exciting. The truth is, the way that you make money in the markets is not exciting. Ask Warren Buffett. The way that you make billions and billions of dollars in the fucking markets is not exciting. But when I have something I think is exciting, I come in and I volunteer that information. But if you call in and you ask me to give the information, I will give the information. But you got to understand that information is probably boring because that's why I'm not volunteering it. All right, let's see what we got. Phone lines open, 516-259-9515. No topic is out of bounds. No call screener. No censorship. The only show in poker history to try this. How's the audio tonight? Somebody told me that that there was an echo on that call. Was there an echo on that call? I don't think so. If there was an echo on that call, somebody tell me. Let's see. Who else is here? Gingy Playas is here. Thank you, Gingy Playas. He says, "Who is this dork?" I don't know. Who is this dork? Grim is hopping on a greyhound, says Lilliputian Petrodactyl. Go to long call star Griffridge 5088 says, what dice? KD say? Does that mean what dice? I don't know what dice. TLW says, Petrobras shares plunged 20% after CEO Pedro Picante resigns amid strikes. Well, if my shares plunge 20% today, that's going to suck. But it won't be the end of the world. They'll climb back. I'll check it tomorrow. That will suck. If they're down 20% tomorrow, that will definitely suck. But, thanks for the news, TLW. Bringer of bad news. B. Gutierrez 909 says, I own Lyman, heads up. I never really play heads up, so it's hard to own me heads up. I'm never a big fan of heads up because I'm lazy, and so like I don't want to play every hand. I like folding. Talking smack, watching TV. I like all that stuff. I like the whole casino culture. So like, heads up is like a real slog. You got to pay attention to every hand. The other reason I never ever really played any heads up is because I was always playing live poker for the last, at least since 2008. So what's that? 18 years. So for the last 18 years, 17 years, I was playing only live poker. And live poker, you can't play heads up because the rake is just too crazy. So like, if I was going to try to play, if I went into to play whatever, and there was a guy there saying, oh, let's play heads up on a raked game, and even if they're only raking $5 a hand on like, let's say a 10-20 game or a 5-10 game or something, even if they're only raking $5 a hand, you're getting in 40 hands an hour, easy heads up, probably more. And you end up paying $200 an hour in rake. I mean, what are you going to do with that? All right, we got a couple callers here. I'm going to take 858 first, 352. I'll take you next. 858, you're on Pokersesh.
Hey, Limon. Hey, I just had a quick question. I was wondering if you have any like fun stories of playing poker or golf with Barry Greenstein back in the day.
Oh yeah, Barry. Barry is great. Barry's great to play golf with. It's fun to hang out with. Poker, not so much, but golf, yes. I do have good stories. But I don't really want to tell them. I think Barry's still alive, and while he's still living and kicking around, his stories are his to tell. If it ever comes across the wires that poor Barry has passed away, then I'll do a eulogy and I'll cover some of the greatest Barry Greenstein stories. But until then, maybe he plans on writing another book. So I don't want to get in the way of that book.
Okay, bummer. Did you ever play in the like massive Flint game that you wrote about in the book by chance? Or
no, that was
that
was 1,000, 2,000 stud. Sometimes it was smaller, and number one, nobody could really play in that game except the guys who were staking everybody. That's the game that Flint ended up quitting and not playing anymore because Doyle and Ivy were just bringing in the best stud players in the world who couldn't fucking remotely afford that game, like Danny Robinson and Ted Forrest, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Eric Drake, maybe. These fucking killer, crusher, semi-card stud players from back in the day who couldn't afford that game, but Doyle and Ivy had put together a little corporation to get them all in there and basically beat the shit out of poor Flint and chop him up. So you couldn't get a seat even if you had the $100,000 min buy-in or whatever they were. Yeah, I think probably 100,000 would have been the min. One rack of thousands. So no, the biggest stud I ever played is 100, 200. I played the 100, 200 at the Commerce a lot. I played with all those legends: Ted Forrest, Danny Robinson, Eric Drake, on and on and on. The Grinder, Mizrahi, world champion Grinder, Mizrahi, every fucking Persian Jewish guy on the planet I played with. And that was the best game in the Commerce for a very long time, and almost nobody knew it. All the Hold'em guys were scared of it. I fucking couldn't wait to sit over there. I got there first thing in the morning. Was one of the first people to sit down.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, do you think? It seems like a game like that Flint game. It's truly just like him paying for entertainment to just like definitely lose when you can totally afford it. Like, are there? Is that a phenomenon still? Like private games where it's just a rich guy who invites like Yeah, that seems like a rare thing to happen. Like, why would he just play with his business, fellow business magnates or whatever? Like, are there still games like that happening? Do you think? Or was it a
Well,
poker boom phenomenon?
that's a poker boom sort of phenomenon. Famous and rich people playing high stakes. You got to understand. In general, rich people do not play high stakes. In general, rich people gamble in a gentlemanly manner. Okay, so like if you go to an elite country club, you are going to see bets for 25-cent Nassaus, $2 Nassaus, amongst guys who are worth $100 million. You're gonna when they get together to play cards afterwards, it's going to be a penny a point or 2 cents a point. If they play no limit hold'em, they might play $5 blinds or something. It's all supposed to be like very gentlemanly, very gentlemanly. It's very sort of like considered uncouth and sort of like not gentlemanly to challenge somebody to high stakes action. Okay, and also amongst the super rich, they also they consider it a point of pride that they're too rich to care about the stakes and that the stakes are only about the competition. There's a story from Augusta National, and I can't remember who the people involved in this story were, but it was like an oil baron and Warren Buffett and whatever. And a guy is invited as a guest, and they stay in the cabins there, and they're going to play the next day. And the three guys were setting up their bets for the day, and they're like, okay, we'll have a three-way Nassau for fronts for lunch, and the back is for Cokes at the turn, and the overalls for dinner. Okay, and the guy they invited said, "Why do you guys play so small? You guys are worth so much fucking money. Why are we playing so small? Why don't we put something on it?" And the guy who ran Standard Oil, whatever, the super rich guy, says, "Okay, here's what we're gonna do. The front is your house, okay? The back is your entire retirement account, and the overall is you're my like slave for life or something." And like the guy just sort of got it, like, oh, it just why would they do this? It makes no fucking sense. They obviously they don't give a fuck about the stakes. There is no stakes big enough to matter, okay? When Bill Gates used to go into the Bellagio and play hold'em, he played $3, $6 limit. $3, $6 limit. And people would be like, that's fucking Bill Gates. Why is he playing $3, $6 limit? And it's like, well, what stakes should he be playing? 3 million, 6 million? That would be a good stakes for him, 3 million, 6 million. Who the fuck is going to play 3 million, 6 million with him? And on top of that, once you start playing that big, it's just not a good use of money. It's a horrible use of money. Even somebody like me who's like, barely an 8-figure guy, it's just playing high stakes poker is a horrible use of my money if I want to make money. A much better use of my money is playing in the markets, playing in real estate, playing in this and that. So, this is the reason why these giant games with rich people generally don't go. Now, the poker boom changed that a little bit because you got the streamed games and the rich people and mostly the famous type people, the people who wanted their face to be seen in the early stages of the poker boom, they liked to be seen on the streams, and so they had to play high stakes, which they didn't mind at all. Like a Phil Ruffin or something would show up in the fucking high stakes poker and be like, what's the buy-in, 100,000, half a million, $1 million? I don't fucking know. You just bring me some fucking chips. What the fuck do I care? And they had fun, and all the guys that played in those early high stakes poker games on TV during like the Gabe Kaplan years, they all knew it. They all got it. They were smart. They understood how to fucking play the game. They understood how to make people happy and have a good time. So then once those guys had sort of gotten a taste of that fun camaraderie of these basically very smart professional gamblers, they wanted more of that. And so in their private lives, they wanted to play these same size games with these same gamblers. And that's what spilled over into private games being played at like ridiculous stakes with super rich guys, you know, like the Ben Affleck, Matt Damon, Tobey Maguire type games, the Molly's Game type stuff. Now, there's something you got to remember. Like,
hey, Limon, this is basically like the Andy Beal game.
Yeah.
Sorry for jumping.
No, yeah, jump
the Andy
in.
Beal game that happened at Bellagio
Yes.
for a long time.
Yeah.
It's super high stakes. It's a very interesting book, by the way, for people that haven't read it.
You know, Andy Beal's the same thing, and they were playing limit hold'em, I think 10,000, 20,000 blinds. Now, here's the thing you got to, but that game broke, all these games break down. Let me tell you something, like, these games break down, because I was laying out something sort of important, and that was that when these guys, at the original poker boom, and when these guys started playing very, very high stakes with Doyle and Chip Reese and Ivy and whoever was fucking still alive at that time and playing big, Bobby Baldwin. Bobby Baldwin was rich on his own money, but Bobby Baldwin, I mean, whatever. You guys know who I'm talking about here. I don't need to give the whole litany, the whole murderers row, because a lot of them weren't actually murderers anyway. But and that's for another time. What would happen was these would start out as ring games. So Andy Beal, Larry Flint, Guy Laliberte, a lot of these would start out as ring games, and then slowly what would end up happening was the rich guy would figure out that it was all smoke and mirrors. That the game was, that these guys weren't as nice as they seemed, okay? And they weren't playing a normal poker game amongst rich friends, which is how all of these people present themselves. So like, you know, guys who we know have had trouble with money. I mean, I don't like to say names, but you know who these guys, these people who were on the Andy Beal team, you know the ones that were getting actually bad. They acted like it was a corporation, but some of the people in that corporation had no fucking money. Some of that people in that corporation were good poker players, maybe even great poker players, but they were getting backed by Doyle. Because Doyle really did have money, and Bobby Baldwin had fucking mountains of money. And Chip Reese was probably doing okay too. But a lot of the other ones were not doing okay, all right? And I don't want to like say who they were, but we know who they are. They're the same people who showed up in the Larry Flint game. And they're the same people who showed, well, it wasn't, the Laliberte was a little bit different. Everybody in the Laliberte game was sort of, they weren't hired hands in the Laliberte game. In the Laliberte game, they were just, they were smart pros, but they were too smart. They thought that they could chop it up without Laliberte ever figuring it out. They thought they could chop it up behind the scenes. They didn't want to take the variance of playing a game that big, knowing that one of them was going to win huge every night and another one was going to lose huge every night, and they didn't know when Laliberte was going to quit. Well, it turns out the time that Laliberte quits is when he finds out all you fucking idiots are fucking chopping him up. You're fucking equity chopping him behind the scenes, and you're backing and staking and swapping with each other like crazy. So that's what ended up happening in the Andy Beal game too, is like he wanted to play heads up because he knew at some point like, oh, these guys are a team. Andy Beal figured out, oh, these guys are a team. I'm going to force them to play me one-on-one, one after another, so that they can't communicate with each other, so that the rich guy and the broke guy can't have any conflict of interest. Now, you can say, well, you know, Ted Forrest is a nice guy and Doyle Brunson's a nice guy. They aren't going to cheat him. But if you're a rich guy and you know that one guy's staking another guy, you immediately start to think that they could be colluding against you, and you should think that. You should think that. So then he forced him to play heads up. And the same thing happened with fucking Larry Flint. Once Larry Flint figured out that fucking half the people playing against him, or more than half, were being staked by the same two guys, it's just not fun anymore. There's no camaraderie. It's too predatory. It becomes too predatory. And rich guys don't like to feel like their meat hanging on a hook. They like to feel like they're being catered to, and they like to feel like they're being entertained, and they like to feel like they can make you jump through hoops, and they like to say, like, the game's at 7, everybody be at the Hustler at 7, and then they don't show up until 10, and they like to say the game's on Saturday, and then Saturday they say I'm going to move it to Sunday. They like to do stuff like this. They like to make everyone jump through hoops, but they don't like to feel like meat on a hook that people are teaming up against them. So that's how a lot of these games just went down the drain, because the pros couldn't keep up the facade of friendliness long enough. And once the super rich guy found out that, or was forced to find out that the friendliness facade was gone, then they leave the game. They punish the people for being bad at their jobs. They basically, I'm sure what they're saying to themselves is like, listen, I'm going to lose $1 million this month in the blackjack pits. But my hosts and those dealers are fucking good at their jobs. They're able to keep a fucking secret. They're able to act like they like me. They're able to make me feel fucking good. If you guys can't do the fucking basic minimum of not making me feel cheated, fuck you. There's a blackjack game 10 feet away. Fuck you. And that's how a lot of that stuff ends, because you got to remember, a poker fish is just a gambler. They will play poker or blackjack or craps or slots or roulette. It's all the same to them. The only reason they choose poker is because somebody is making them feel good about it. And somebody at another game is making them feel bad, and they feel like whatever the fuck is going through their head, that's why they choose it. And so you have to, you got to keep up the whole fucking show, or next thing you know, they're gone. All right, 858?
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right. Thanks, brother.
Yeah, thanks, Limon. That's super interesting.
All right.
I hope Barry writes the second book too. That'd be awesome.
I think it would be great too. If Barry should call me and ask me what stories to put in there. He won't like any of my stories. 352 is next, and then 404. 352, you're on Pokersesh.
Hey, Lyman, is 404 Grimstar? Is Grimstar on?
No, 404 is not Grimstar. Grimstar is not on. Yeah, he's calling in, but I haven't answered yet. Do you want me to answer Grimstar?
Yeah, I wanted to talk with him because I was listening last week, and I was curious about an observation I had.
Okay, Grimstar's on now. Talk to him.
Hey, Grim. I was listening to your hand history last week, and it dawned on me. I'm surprised Lyman hasn't mentioned this. Do you think you might be playing on on scared money?
Very scary. 1-2 blinds. Very scary.
It might.
Well, I know, man. But I mean, the hand histories sound like you're making all these big folds. I don't know, you're nervous. I don't know. It sounds like the stakes are too high.
I'm used to 25, 50 cent. But anyways, which hand did I fold the big monster at? Which one?
That's like every hand that you call in about.
No, the most recent one I didn't fold. I just gave him a free showdown like an idiot, but
the most recent one, Grim flopped the fucking nuts and made $0 because he slow played himself into oblivion because he saw monsters.
$400
You saw monsters under the bed on every fucking street. He could have a straight, he could have a flush, he could have this, he could have that, he could have that.
There's no flush out there.
Whatever.
I don't know. I was curious. No. It came across to me because I've heard a number of these hand histories, and it's always making you you're making some big fold, and it's not the right decision.
No, Grim is not scared money. he just is a fucking dick nit. That's what he is. He is a dick and a nit, and that we've coined the term for him, dick nit. Like, if Grimm has money, he'll play really big. Grimm used to play the biggest games, the biggest heads-up games on planet Earth. I'm not even joking. But he's a dick nit. And so, like, when he can't, you can take the boy out of the fucking dick nit neighborhood, but you can't take the neighborhood out of the boy. Like, he's Yonkers. Okay. He's not New York City. He's Albany. He's upstate. He's dick nit. He doesn't have that New York. Wow. He doesn't have that real New York fucking sense of, like, go get it. Go get him. If you can make it there, you can make it anywhere. He lives in Albany, where if you can make it there, it makes no fucking difference. It's fucking Albany.
Okay, that makes sense. So he's like playing the 1-3 hairdresser game like it's 5100 on full tilt.
Yeah, it's all the same to him. It's all the same. It's just his
okay.
It's just the dick nit personality.
Hey, Limon, real quick question, and then I had something that I've never heard anybody talk about Dan Bilzerian like that before. So I think myself and the other listeners would love to hear about this. But real quick question: what do you think is the optimal cut on a cigar? The punch, the V cut, or just the cutter?
To tell you the fucking truth, I just bite the cap off. I give it a little nibble, just pull the cap right off. I mean, I don't carry a cutter with me. I would have a cigar here and there, and it's easy to just fucking give a little nibble of the cap and the cap's off. That's what I would do.
There you go. Hey, so I've watched a lot of the Dan Bilzerian exposed stuff because it's quite the interesting story, but I've never heard like a first-hand account like you said last week. So can you tell us everything that you can remember about playing poker with Dan Bilzerian? Like how much you bought in for, how many hands he actually played? Did he actually play a hand like have a V-pip?
No.
Or does he just like only blind out? Or
no?
Because that's I've never heard anybody talk about this before.
No, there was no V-pip. And the one and only time that I saw Dan Bilzerian buy into it, I wasn't even at that table. I was at the table next to it. Everybody said, "Oh, there's Dan Bilzerian. He's buying in for a fucking shit ton of money." He brought attention to himself. And so people will look. I was like, "Oh shit, Dan Bilzerian's here. He fucking bought in for a shit ton of money." And then he, as far as anyone can tell, and he didn't play a single hand. He took a bunch of photographs of the fucking money. He racked it up and left. That's it. That's my entire. That's everything I know about Dan Bilzerian.
Well, how long was he there? How long did he sit?
His money was maybe there for one orbit.
Oh, okay. So literally one orbit. Okay. The
important part was he got the photos. The photo op worked. The rest of it, I don't know. This is a long time ago. I think since then, Dan actually makes his own money being like a hero to incels and a Nazi. I think that's like actually pretty good business being a hero to incels and a Nazi. So like, I'm guessing that he has his pretty good of his own money coming in, but this is a long time ago. This was back when he was only laundering his dad's money. He didn't have any of his own money. Now I think Dan's hits in a different weight class right now, and he just scammed a bunch of his incel fucking followers for like $1 million when he ran for Congress. I think I saw that he had like 1.3 million in donations or something.
Hey, who
the fuck
did you see the video? Did you see the video of him during the Las Vegas shooting?
No.
Oh man, check that out. It's one of the most horrible things I've ever seen. He basically tries to freaking make the Las Vegas shooting into content. It's like his buddy, like filming him on a cell phone, going up to a cop, being like, "Hey man, give me a gun. I was freaking in the Marines or whatever." And then it's like, okay, that'd be one thing to do that, but not when your buddy is filming you on a cell phone.
Well, he's a grifter and a scumbag, and he lives in the greatest time in human history to be a grifter and a scumbag. There's never been a greater time in human history. So You know?
Okay, there's a lot less substance to that poker game than I thought. Hey, final bonus topic. What's the latest on the banking in the card rooms in California? Didn't they get like a stay of judgment or something, or like what's the latest there?
Everybody I know who's there doing it says it's all business as usual. Everything's business as usual. Like they
Okay.
So it's basically there's no money to be made right now. I mean, there's money to be made, but it's not the way it should be. Where the private bankers are still there.
Nothing has changed. Got
Yeah.
it. Okay. Well, thanks, man.
Take it easy, brother. All right, 404,
Okay.
what's up? Thanks for waiting.
Yeah, no worries. So I guess a couple of things. One thing, I'm a little surprised about your take on Heads Up, actually. So for some background, I played a lot of online poker.
Right.
And like I would say, and live poker as well. And I'm pretty tight, I would say, overall.
Right.
But like I played a lot of shorthanded online, you know, where you open up some,
Right.
especially on like button and cutoff and stuff like that. And so anyways, in live poker games, actually, a couple of times when a game has been close to breaking and the table is chatty and I'm talking and stuff like that, like several different times when a game is basically breaking or three-handed, someone has asked, oh, do you want to keep playing Heads Up? And I live in LA too, and even though the rake is high in LA, you usually can get it reduced quite a lot, especially if you actually keep a game running.
Right.
So for example, at Hustler, the rate gets dropped to $2, or like 1-1, basically, like
Well,
at 5-5
yeah,
and up.
you're describing a different situation. You're describing a game that's sort of like breaking down, and you.
Yeah. This is why I have another example.
I'm talking about going to the casino, a live casino, and looking for heads up action. It just doesn't exist. Not number one.
Oh, okay.
Number two. The casino does not want a heads up game at all under any circumstances. The casino does not. If the casino's busy, they don't want to waste a dealer on a fucking heads up game. They would rather have the dealer handling more customers. So like, even if you thought you could get a heads up action at the casino, and I know this because I've tried to get dealers for heads up action to start my game when I was hosting the game. A lot of times the floor is just like, oh, wait till you have at least 4 players. We don't want to fucking take a dealer, stick them over in that game. They aren't going to make fucking shit for tips. They're going to fucking complain. And so, like, that's what ends up happening.
No, I agree, but I'm saying in this situation, at least in my experience, it's been super good because the people that are always looking for that. Well, also one other point I was going to say is people that like action should really like Heads Up.
Yes,
so
you're
every
right.
single time
You're
someone's asking me to do this, they're like a crazy action losing player.
Yes.
And it's funny because I've never even sought this out. But I've been like, I'm talking, like I like playing poker. You know, even if I lose here, it's fine. And there's crazy variance and Heads Up. But like literally every single time in a casino it's happened to me, like 3 times someone has asked me as the game's breaking to keep going Heads Up.
Right.
And every single time I've won, like super easily. And I'm not even saying that as a brag. I mean it more in like the people that are looking for that, like just want action. Basically.
No, you're right. You're 100% right.
My point is like it's worthwhile to do that, or like to be good-ish, or like be comfortable playing Heads Up. I think.
No, there's no problem. There's no problem with playing Heads
in.
Up. There's no problem with playing Heads Up. If you're there late at night, you're going to end up in a lot of short games. I have played the morning shift. I never fucking left the casino after 5 o'clock for fucking decades. There's just there's no opportunity to play Heads Up, and I wasn't interested in it. But like, there's guys like Billy DGAF who basically started his shift at midnight and played until 8 a.m. or later, and he just wanted to play short games. He wanted to play in games that were about to break. He liked that, and that was his thing. And if you play late at night, you're going to get a lot of that. But I mean, I wasn't getting a lot of it, and it's not really good for business for me, and I didn't notice that the short games would last, and I didn't notice that they were fun for me.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, another question I had, or comment I had is, do you have a favorite Lauden Thinks question? Or like ones that you like, or that have been funny or have been engaging when you played poker before?
You know, I remember a lot of things, and I remember it sort of going around a little, and I do remember it being sort of fun, but I don't remember a specific one. Let me think. I mean, if we could play Grimstar Thinks if you want. I mean, that would be who the fuck knows what. If you have a funny one, let's try it on Grimstar.
Okay. Although this can be hard on telephone. Usually when I play, you just like write down your answers and they say theirs. Okay.
Right.
What's the amount of money for Grimstar to be vegan for the rest of his life?
What's the amount of money for Grimstar to be vegan for the rest of his life? Okay, let me give my thought process. Grimstar is
Let me think of it.
Grimstar.
Okay. I think I asked mine.
Grimstar. I mean, I don't know, but I'm gonna give my thought process on the Grimstar. You're there. You ready to answer?
Okay.
Okay, for the rest of his life. Don't answer yet. Grimstar has already said that he can live on $2,000 for the entire year in food. He's told the audience that. He said he will accept a prop bet. Is it 2,000 or less, Grimstar? Is it 1,000?
So the original prop bet was flawed. We were going to do $1,000 a year, but it was about 4, 5, 6 years ago. So due to the inflation.
Okay, so $1,500, let's say. Grimstar says he can live on $1,500 in food for the year, and he's happy to do a prop bet on this, okay? Now, I questioned him about what he would eat, and there was no meat involved. None. I mean, he's like, I'm just going to eat fucking dry pasta with tomato on it, or like, I don't even know, like saltines or something. He didn't give a fuck. Like, Grimstar doesn't have, like, he's not a discerning palate. He doesn't have a discerning palate. So, because of that, I think that Grimstar, how old are you?
I'm almost 40, shorty.
Okay, so Grimstar's almost 40, and based on his lifestyle and his mob ties, I think that he would be happy to make it to 65, so that's 25 years. He would happily eat total fucking shit food like dry pasta for every fucking meal for, I would say, $1,500 a year. If he is going to live another 25 years, that means that he would go vegan for the rest of his life for $37,000. That's my guess.
With the real answer?
Yeah, you answer.
I had two schools of thought. One was like he doesn't care that much, so, or he's not that particular, and so, or I don't know if he's not that particular, but he's willing to take a bet. Like the money is more worth it for him than meat. But I was gonna say quite a lot more than that. I was gonna say like on the low side, like $300,000. And then the other school of thought was that
$300,000. Grimstar would literally fucking suck your dick every fucking day for the rest of your life, and subsist only off of your loads for $300,000. What the fuck, $300,000?
I guess that's the extra.
I guess you don't listen to the show.
I listened to some of it. I didn't know that he had previously had a bet.
I know way too much. I know far more about Grimstar than I ever wanted to know. It's unbelievable how much I know about fucking Grimstar. Okay, so yours $300,000 on Grimstar. Give us the number.
I was thinking like $3 million minimum.
Oh, fuck you, Grimstar. $3 million. You're so fucking full of shit. This is the other thing I know about Grimstar. He is the most full of shit, completely full of shit. Fucking Grimstar. 3 million. You would fucking eat dry pasta for a whole fucking year for $1,500. You need $3 million?
The prop bet wasn't for 1,500. The prop bet was that I spend less
Yes,
than 1,500.
but we had already said that if somebody would, that Lilliputian Petrodactyl, are you in the fucking chat? We had already said, Lilliputian Petrodactyl had already said that he would bet you if we could fucking figure out whether you were cheating on the fucking eating or not. He already said he would bet you a very tiny amount, and you were like, I'll take it. He said, I'll bet you $1,000 on it. You're like, I'll take it. That means you're only going to make $1,000, and he's going to have to give you $1,500 for food or whatever. So like, you're just fucking so full of shit, completely fucking lying. Okay, you know what? I'm like tempted to like withdraw $3 million from the bank right now. Fucking fly to fucking New York City and see what you'll fucking, not New York City, you don't live in New York City. Fucking fly to fucking Albany and see what you'll actually do for it. You fucking $3 million fucking dollars. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. It's such complete.
Okay, but one other thing with Lauden thinks actually is that it's not actually supposed to be, it's supposed to be perception. So it actually would need a fourth person.
Well,
it's supposed to be someone's perception of someone, if that makes sense.
Well, listen.
Like, you're supposed to answer it. The unanswerable questions aren't supposed to be about yourself. You can
Listen,
play it that way.
listen,
it's really funny
404.
because the answer is not the perception.
Listen to me. Lilliputian Petrodactyl is in the chat right now, and he says, yes, Grim is lying. He would do the vegan thing for less than $50K. This guy fucking knows Grim better than anyone on earth. He literally fucking is the only audience member of Grim's show, which is called Dirt Sesh. Grimstar does a show, not weekly, fucking daily, where he just wanders around the streets of Almaty and smokes marijuana. It has one fucking viewer, Lilliputian Petrodactyl, literally one fucking viewer, and this viewer, who knows him probably better than his mother knows him, said that he would do it for less than $50,000. And that is a God's honest 100% truth.
Not for life. I would say
If he was the Lauden, you would have had the closest answer.
Of course. Grimstar, Grimstar, how fucking long do you think you're going to live?
65 guess was on the low end. I mean, my folks are in the 70s.
65 was on the low end. I love it. Okay, how long? In your
grandparents in the 70s.
Your parents are in their 70s?
My parents are in the 70s. My grandparents made it to the late 70s.
What's wrong with your phone tonight? Your phone is not working. Are you riding that bicycle?
Better if I yell into it like this?
Are you riding around on your stupid fucking bicycle smoking weed?
I rode on the bicycle today,
Okay,
but
I can't take you. I cannot fucking take you. It's all fucking muffled. You have one job, Grimstar. Literally one job. Call in the show with a clear phone. Go to your apartment or go to fucking Noodles RV. Get yourself a better connection and then call back. Okay, 404, next topic.
All right, I have one last question.
Okay.
What suggestions do you have for people to collect on money that people owe from you? / is it worth to preemptively offer a lower amount to be paid back, or is that cutting yourself short if there's still hopes of the full amount being paid?
All right. Well,
we're talking like low 5 figures. Low 5 figures.
Okay. So the first thing you have to ask yourself, because I've been owed a lot of money in my life, I've collected a lot of money in my life. The first thing you got to ask yourself is, do you have any leverage? Do you have any leverage? And one way to figure out whether you have any leverage is, how did the guy lose it to you? Does the guy need you for anything? Were you his bookie? I mean, I know you don't want to say that. Do you provide a service to him of any kind that he wants to have again in the future? Do you help his addictions or whatever problems cause him to owe the money? Do you help him continue these things in the future? Does he want to stay your friend or stay in contact with you in the future for some reason? Do you have leverage over his addictions or his personality problems or some other sort of leverage?
I have a very small amount of leverage, but like not a lot, I would say. And I used to actually have more, but our relationship changed a little bit. So,
So can you
which I hadn't thought of it at the time.
can you give the nature of that leverage?
I make him a small amount of money, and we have some similar connections.
Okay.
So like, if I went around bad mouthing or saying, oh, blah blah blah, he owes this or something like that, like it could be damaging.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
so yeah.
And he owes this money to you because you loaned him money, or is it a gambling situation?
Gambling situation.
And he was gambling, and are you actually out the money, or did he lose this money on credit and you just need to collect it? Like did like, let's say that he bet you 10,000. Let's say
I didn't lose it. So it's money. It's more money than I want that I haven't been able to cash out.
Yeah, so it's all a free roll. It's all a free roll. Like he bet $10,000 on the Lakers and he lost, and he hasn't given you the $10,000 yet, but you're not out any money.
Yeah, correct. It's a
Okay.
very good distinction.
Okay. So in this situation, if you're making him money, are you making him any money that you have access to before you give it to him or before he gets it?
Yeah, I mean, I could stop making him money basically.
Yeah.
Like tomorrow, but it's like a small amount. It's like 1/100th, maybe less than 1/100th of the amount.
That's
owed.
fine.
So like 1/100th per week. So it'd be like a very long.
It would take you 2 years.
3 years.
It would take you 2 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
To be quote unquote even like through that.
Yeah, but 2 years is better than zero. So here's the thing.
Yeah, that's true.
Could you convince him that you were on hard times and needed money?
Probably no. I mean, I should make the case, but I think he would like not. I don't think that argument would be worthwhile from his perspective. I don't know if that would have much leeway.
Well, no, it's not about that. Here's the thing. It's nearly impossible to collect money if you cut ties or burn bridges unless you actually plan on breaking somebody's kneecaps, which you're not going to do. Nobody's going to do that. That's only in movies. That's not in real life. So if you're not going to actually do that, then if you're not actually going to create leverage, like invent leverage through physical altercation of some sort, or through burning massive bridges or what have you, then the leverage has to be like more emotional, and you actually have sort of a great situation. This is actually a really easy one because he doesn't have any of your money, not $1 of it. So the time part doesn't matter, okay? So like getting paid off in 2 years is great, actually. So what you do is you basically just tell him.
Also the thing I was saying about the 2 years, it's not, that would just be like I deprive him of money, basically.
You don't actually get any. You don't actually get any.
Well, no, I get some as well, but it's not like I'm gonna get the extra, probably.
Well, okay, but if you can figure out a way to steer this money to you, or this is like the dream scenario. Okay, so if you have leverage, and you have a monetary leverage, and you have an unlimited time frame, because you're not actually out any money. 606. I'll get to you next. 606. Because you have an unlimited time frame because you're not actually out any money. It's not like you were an agent and you have to pay the guy above you and he's not paying you, and so you're out this fucking money and it's a big fucking nightmare for you. You're not out any money. No matter how long this takes, it's fine. So to like even to fucking nick off a little bit of money a week, any small amount a week is like just all fucking gravy for you, okay? So like I'm telling you how to collect this debt. There's no magic bullet. If a guy owes you $10,000 and he will give you $100 a week, it's a fucking dream scenario. If you don't owe anyone the $10,000, if it's all free roll, if it's all gravy. So like all you have to do is feed him the tiniest sob story. So like, what's this guy's name? Fake name.
It's called Robert.
Robert. So you're gonna say
Robert.
You're gonna say Robert. Man, I've hit some hard times, and why? Let me ask you one question first. Why isn't Robert paying you?
Partially because some people also owe him, and I think I'm like lowest on the totem pole.
Okay, that's fine. That's 100% fine. That's a fine answer from him. So you're gonna say, Robert, listen, some things have a few weird little things have gone south for me. You can make up whatever you want it to be. A business deal gone bad, a girl stealing from you, a health issue. You gotta say, Robert, a few little things have gone bad for me. I understand that I'm low on the totem pole on that money, but I need to have a little extra cash flow right now. Obviously, at the end of the day, I don't want this to get in the way of our friendship. And normally, you know that I'm flush with cash and it wouldn't matter to me at all, but this is a very fucking strange situation. So I'm gonna have to do XYZ, whatever XYZ are, to just get like an extra $100 a week or something to fucking help me out through this thing I'm going through right now. And it's gonna be no skin off either of our teeth. And over time, it'll take care of all this. And it's just because, and normally I wouldn't even mention it because it's such a tiny amount of money and our friendships were so much more than that. But I've hit a fucking hard times. You know, snags. I've hit some snags. And I just need to do this for a little while to fucking smooth a few things over. Okay? That's what you tell him.
Okay.
And then,
all right, yeah, I think that's a good approach.
And then once you start taking that fucking money, you never fucking stop. Ever. Okay? When it gets to the $10,000, you don't stop taking it. You keep taking it. You keep taking it because you aren't friends and he's not your fucking friend. And you're gonna fucking fuck him so fucking hard any chance you get. Okay? That's the most important thing to remember. Don't be fooled by the little playlet I gave you. In the back of my mind, when I deal with these people, I know that I'm going to fuck them so fucking hard. They're never going to get rid of me, ever. In a friendly way. In a friendly way. Okay? So, just keep nicking him. Nick him. Nick. Death by a fucking 1,000 cuts. And the debt never goes away. Ever. Ever. You nick him. Once you got the full amount, you nick him for more and more and more because he owes you interest. Never stop nicking that motherfucker. He forced you to fucking put you through this. You got to put him through something. In 2 years' time, you get your real payback. Because in 2 years' time, he finds out that debt ain't gone. It's not even fucking close to gone. And you're just going to keep nicking him forever because now you're on a double free roll. Not only did you never lose any money, not only did you collect the whole fucking amount over 2 years, but now you're going to keep fucking collecting forever. All right?
Okay, I don't know if I'll take it that far, but
I would take it that far. He's fucking.
The Nicky approach.
Don't be his bitch. You can pretend to bend the knee. Pretending to bend the knee is one of the most important things that any good gambler can do, but never actually bend the knee. When you bend the knee, you have a little fucking dagger right next to his fucking ball sack, all right?
All right.
In the
Okay.
in
Thanks,
the
Limon.
any time somebody thinks I'm making a deal with them, in the back of my mind, I'm imagining how hard I'm going to fucking fuck them. All right? Good luck, brother. 606, you're on Pokersesh. 714, you're next. 606.
Are you there?
Yeah, what's up, 606? 714's next.
Yeah. Just calling to say what a great show you got. I missed you like 7 or 8 years. You're kind of crazy. Not like me.
Well, dang dong, whoa,
I'm
dang
from the
dong, whoa,
mountains
dong,
of
dang
Kentucky
dong,
and
dang
my
dang.
hillbilly, you know. Play poker on my lap and just want to call in and say hello.
Well, hello, how you doing out there in Kentucky?
Well, we're up here, no poker range around Kentucky now. They've all dried up.
You guys,
I pretty much think it's a dang game, you know. All this GTO and all these young guys, these Euros and all this bullshit, the rake and rent and all that stuff. I think they're really ruining the game. What do you think?
Wait. You're trying to tell me that you get Euros in fucking Kentucky?
Yeah, I live in Kentucky.
Why the fuck would a Euro come to Kentucky? There's no money there.
No, I'm talking about these other casinos. You know,
Oh, the other.
these other,
Okay.
yeah, they're, you know, out of state. You know, there's no casinos in Kentucky.
Like if you were running a poker game around the old moonshine still, and some Euro.
Hey, my daddy was a moonshiner. What are you talking
That's
about?
right. If you're running a poker game around the old fucking moonshine still, and some fucking Euro dork from buttfuck Slovakia showed up to your poker game, you'd be like, "What you doing here, city boy? Ring, 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 ring. Squeal like a pig. Squeal like a pig." I don't think that they would last too long in your game.
No, there's not. They're not going to show up right here because there's no games around. You know, man. I'm in the eastern Kentucky. You know, there's no money back here. You know,
So
I'm
what
going
do
to leave
you?
the state to play poker.
What,
Used to be plenty of money here. You know, when Cole was going,
what do you
but not
guys?
anymore. You know,
What do you guys do for fun over there?
buddy, pretty much nothing.
That's a good time. And at this point in my life, pretty much nothing is the most fun I can have.
Yeah, you know, I'm like you. I drink a little whiskey every once in a while. You know,
Right.
smoke a little bit, and you know, I'm 71 years old, so it's pretty much behind me.
Yeah.
If I was 20 years younger, I'd leave and go to Cincinnati or somewhere, you know, and where they play
Cincinnati.
PLO every day. You know?
Wow, Cincinnati. You're really shooting high. All the way to the big metropolis of Cincinnati.
Well, you know, it's the closest place to me, you know. I mean, I can't come to L.A., you know.
Yeah, L.A.
Oh.
Now you're shooting high. That's some real money. Maybe getting the movies.
Unless you want to get me some free rent and let me come stay with you, you know.
Why don't you guys have your own like home game there?
Well, to be honest with you, I mean, everybody's pretty much lost their interest in the game. You know, I started playing when I was like 10 years old or something.
Right.
I actually make a living at it between the ages of 30 and 50.
Right.
But I've not played that much the last 20 years, but I really enjoy your show, though.
Well, thank you very much. And you know, you could probably get a few of your friends together or a few guys around the old moonshine tank and get your own little home poker game going. That's better than a casino anyway.
Hey, have you ever tasted the moonshine?
I have tasted. I've ridden the white lightning. I have ridden the white lightning.
Oh yeah, it takes your breath, man. You can't handle that shit. You know,
No,
they still make it around here though.
Yeah. It put hair on my balls. Thank you.
What's your best advice for playing PLO? You know, what's your like start hand range?
What's my starting hand range? Well,
Yeah.
that's a pretty broad question. I mean, I'm going to answer it seriously because I always answer every question seriously. And I want hands that make the nuts. Okay, I don't want hands that cause me trouble because every hand in PLO is a drawing hand. There's no such thing as a made hand in PLO. In Hold'em, you get made hands. Like aces is a made hand. Kings is a made hand. Queens is a made hand. If I just got aces or kings or queens for my entire life, I would make unlimited money because you can show those things down at the end and win. But in Omaha, you don't get made hands. You get draws. And so you're dealt good draws and bad draws. So I want to play good draws. Good draws make the nuts. Good draws have 4 cards bigger than 9. Good draws have suited aces. Good draws have big pairs. Because when I hit my draw, I'm going to hit a hand that's the nuts. And when I have the nuts or the nut draws and nut hands are very fucking easy to play from out of position and in position. But medium level draws and medium level hands, medium level sets, medium level 2 pairs, medium level straights are very, very hard to play in position, and they're impossible to play out of position. So if I'm on the button, obviously I can open things up a little bit, but in general, I want to play with cards where I know where I'm at, where I have what's called good visibility. This is what the kids say, good visibility. So I'm going to play hands where I have good visibility. And the hands that give me good visibility are big cards, big pairs, and big suited aces.
Okay, do you play those hands forcibly before the flop, or what do you do? I mean, I know you raise with them, but
Yeah.
how far do you go with them?
Well, I raise, but sometimes I just min raise.
Yeah.
Sometimes sometimes you're trying to raise to get more money in the pot, okay? And
Yeah, that's your main objective.
And sometimes you're trying to raise to thin the field. And sometimes when you do this, when you put in certain types of raises, you might also be giving away the strength of your hand. And so sometimes you want to raise different amounts so that people will misread the strength of your hand, and or you can induce people to make another raise on top of you. Because you got to remember, Omaha has played pot limit. Pot limit. So if you have a hand like aces and you want that hand to be what's called a through ticket, you probably have to get 40% of your stack in so that the flop bet is just one bet, done, in, through ticket. The hand becomes a through ticket. So if you can't get that much of your stack in, but you're going to give away the strength of your hand by putting in a pot size bet, you're better off putting in just a little tiny raise and hoping that somebody re-raises you, or inducing somebody to re-raise you. Because then your raise back will put in so much fucking money that they understand that at this point you have a through ticket. That there's no fucking escaping what's going to happen on the flop. You can basically just bet the flop blind, okay? Now, these little tiny raises are protected though, because you would like to make tons of little tiny raises on the button, or in late position. The reason why you'd love to make tons of little tiny raises and not have people play back at you is because in Omaha, when you're in late position and you get either have the button or buy the button with a tiny raise, you've bought position, okay? And in Omaha, position is worth a lot more than it is in Hold'em because of 2 reasons.
I agree.
Reason number 1 is because people need to bet their hands because they're scared fucking shitless of a free card. So they have to give away their hand strength early, number 1. Number two, when they do decide to check it to you and you get to take a free card, you always have equity. Or not always, but like you want to check hands that you can't handle a raise with, but you have equity. Like a gut shot to the nuts. So if I min raise a suited ace, and then I flop, and nobody plays back at me because they don't know if I'm min raising with a suited ace or with aces, and then they check it to me and I have a gutter, I get to take the free card. So what that's called is a 4-card flop. So these min raises will get you a 4-card flop because you have position and people check it to you. And a 4-card flop, when you have a 4-card flop in position, a 4-card flop is worth a lot of fucking money. It's worth a fucking shit ton of fucking money. So I do raise, and I raise big sometimes, and I raise small sometimes. But the most important thing to remember about this conversation is I do everything for a reason. For a reason. I do everything for a reason. All right? And once you know the reason you're doing things, the action will take care of itself. You'll say, like, what do I want to have happen next? And then you'll say, I want this to happen next. I want a 4-card flop, or I want to induce a 3-bet, or I want to do this. Once you understand the reason, the thing that you want to have happen next, then your action becomes very fucking apparent. Your action and the size of your action becomes very fucking apparent. All right?
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
I'll talk to you next week, 606. Call in any time.
Well, let me tell you my name, brother.
Okay.
They call me Hazardous Rick.
Okay, Hazardous Rick. You're my new
You should be
favorite.
able to remember that.
I'm going to remember Hazardous Rick, like the Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, bit of ding dong bong dong ding dong bong bong dong dong ding. All right.
All right, pal.
All
Thanks
right.
for taking my call.
Bong a dong dong ding. Talk to you later.
Hey.
All right, bye. There he goes. Hazardous Rick. All right, 714, you're on Pokersesh.
Hi, Limon. How are you?
Good. How you doing, brother?
Good, thanks. For asking. So I have a quick football question, and then I have a serious poker question. Is that all right?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, first with the football question. The Oregon over-under wins, not including bowl games or the conference championships, 10.5.
Right.
Where's the money at?
Oh, man, Oregon. Oh, Oregon. Wow. I mean, I know that number, and I obviously follow Oregon close because I'm an Oregon alum and yada yada yada. I don't want to go anywhere near it. I mean, the thing about Oregon is Oregon should be fucking horrible. It's a small market school in a small market stadium with small market everything, but they have unlimited Nike money. So they behave as if they are Texas or they behave as if they are Michigan or Ohio because they have that big college money even though they're a small college. I don't know. You know what? If you have to bet it, and I hate to say this because I feel like the Oregon coaching is so fucking good, and Oregon has such a great track record of doing a lot with a little, and Autzen Stadium has this mystique now, but it's still a tiny stadium, and it's still a tiny city, and it's still a place where like guys who can make $1 million, which all of these top college players now can make $1 million a year. It's not a place where a guy who can make $1 million a year wants to live, a young guy. I think that Oregon is probably, their days are probably numbered, even though they have unlimited Nike money. And I think that transition might start this year. And if I had to bet, I would say take the under on Oregon.
Got it. Thank you.
All right.
May I ask the poker question now?
Yeah, sure.
So 2.5 years ago, I was in a legal situation, got out, had to shift my what I did for money, right?
Right.
Started playing 5-5 at the Commerce,
Right.
crushing it.
Right.
Over 10 big blind per hour.
Right.
And then fast forward till now with that same win rate. I'll take shots at 5-10 when the game's good.
Right.
But usually the 5-10 game at the Commerce sucks. It'd be like at least 4 euros and
Yeah.
a couple good regs and someone that maybe sucks.
Yeah.
And then I've also done the private game circuit where the rake is so bad, but the games are very good. There's a lot of action, there's a lot of whales, whatever.
Right.
But the rake is just sucks everyone dry. So I play a little 2040, which is terrible, full of euros too at Commerce. But my question, I guess, is 5-5 Crusher my cap? I mean, what is live cash game poker these days in 2026? Is that as good as it's gonna get?
Yeah. That's as good as it's gonna get. At 50, if you're making $50 an hour in that game, you're like elite of elite. You're top 1%. Okay. The only way, and I want to tell you something, and maybe this will help a little. Don't take that fucking take that fucking terminology of taking shots. Take that out of your fucking vocabulary. There's no fucking such thing as taking shots, okay? You're not poor. You're not broke. You're making $55 an hour. So if you put, or $50 an hour, that means that if you play full time, 2,000 hours a year, that means you make $100,000 a year, okay? Now, you might not play full time, but that's just because you're a lazy piece of shit. But if you played full time at $50 an hour, you're making $100,000 a year. That $100,000 a year means that you have, even if you live, a somewhat extravagant lifestyle, you have a little bit of money left over here and there. You have more than enough bankroll for 5-5, okay? If you have more than, like, let's say, at your win rate, the maximum bankroll you need for 5-5 is probably $15K, maybe less. Because at your win rate, you probably are winning like 7 out of 10 sessions, maybe more. So, like, you don't need a giant bankroll when you're like top 1%, okay? So that means everything. So if you got $40,000 in the bank or something, that means 25,000 of that is just like completely unnecessary as far as your 5-5 bankroll goes. So when you go to play 5-10, you're not taking a fucking shot. You're not taking a shot. Oh, if you play 10-20, you're not taking a shot. Now listen to me. Listen to me. I know as well as you do because I was at Commerce for such a long time. There are guys, fish, who go back and forth between 5-5 and 5-10. Fish, not, and nit regs. Fish and nit regs that go back and forth. Sometimes some of these fish even play 10-20, okay? So if you see, don't think of it as taking a shot. If you see a fish in a 5-10 game, or if you can convince a fish to start a 5-10 game with you, then just start a game or play in the game if you can get a seat. Like, don't be limited. Do not be limited to the game that you're in or the bigger game or even a much bigger game. So, like, let me tell you this. There used to be a guy who came out there, and I'm sure he still plays there. He's a super fat Mexican guy. He's basically completely round, like a ball. He looks like a fucking beach ball. And I don't want to say his name, but you've seen him. Everybody knows who he is. I can guarantee you that he's out there this week, okay? He plays 5-5 or 5-10 or 10-20 or fucking 501,000, depending on how much fucking money he has on him, okay? So, like, his name starts with a G. I'll just say that. His name starts with a G. He's a perfect circle. Like, you could take a protractor, I think those are called protractors, out, and fucking put a perfect circle, and he would fit in it. He's a literal perfect mathematical circle. Pi, 3.14179524685 out to the millionth decimal place. Perfect fucking circle. Now, if you see that guy and his buddies start any fucking game, you just go play with them. Any game. Start any fucking game. You just go play with them, okay? You don't ask the stakes. It doesn't fucking matter. You have extra money. You're not taking a shot. Number 2, look every now and then, just take a glance over to the fucking Mexican poker game. You're not going to play in the Mexican poker game unless you speak Spanish. If you speak Spanish, you can play in the Mexican poker game. But if you don't speak Spanish, you cannot play in the Mexican poker game. But you can look over there and see the guys sitting in it. And I can guarantee you 2 things. Number 1, they're pretty good at Mexican poker because they fucking talk during every fucking hand, and it's just like a home game, and it's a crazy game, okay? So they're pretty good at Mexican poker. Here's the other thing I can tell you about them. They fucking suck at every other form of poker. Not just suck, are fucking the worst. So memorize their faces because sometimes the Mexican poker game is not going. And when that game's not going, they sit in 5-10. They might even sit in 10-20. They will sit in 5-5 and just follow them around. Just follow around. You've been there long enough. I'm not telling you anything you don't know. You're in the top 1%. Just hop around a little more and that'll increase your win rate. Hop around a little more.
Kelly, yeah, I appreciate all the advice. I guess I just have to temper my expectations with the money I can make through poker. When I first started, I was making really good money. I was excited, but I'm in my early 30s, and I have friends that are making partner at their work. I have friends that have huge 401ks. So I guess I just got to accept that it's the poker dream isn't as big as I thought it would be.
No, the poker is shit. It's shit. I'm going to make you feel bad right now. Poker's fucking shit. It's shit. It's over. It's done. It's toast. It just gets worse every year. Every year, the games get tougher, the games get smaller, and the rate gets higher. Listen to me. In 2008, the Commerce, that little tiny casino you play in with like the fucking little fucking grimy fucking games, in 2008, there was a top section, a hotel section, bright and shiny and sparkly. And there was 6, 10, 20 games and 2 20-40 games and 100, 200 stud and fucking celebrities and fucking Manny Pacquiao and fucking athletes and fucking rich people. It was fucking big games, unlimited, all night long. And the rake on these games was fucking like $8 a half hour. Okay? Now fast forward to now. That section doesn't exist anymore. There is no section. There is no celebrities. There is no big games. There's shitty little games where the rake is approximately $15 or $16 a half hour by how much they're taking from each player out of these pots. So the rake has doubled and the games have gone to nothing. Now, that is not an industry you want to be in. That's like a guy who was driving a horse and buggy around the time that they invented the car, okay? That's a guy who's lighting lanterns on the street when they invented electricity. You are in a shrinking business. You're in a shrinking business. It's not going to get bigger. It's only gotten smaller. This is not my opinion. This is the most important thing. This is not my fucking opinion. But wait, there is some hope. The hope that you have is figuring out ways to make money being a gambler, but not just from playing poker, okay? And if you listen to this show or you want to go watch the old shows, I don't want to get into it all right now. I give dozens of ways to make money being a gambler, but not just playing poker, all right?
Yeah, I'm familiar with some of them, like the game where they give you a 100 chip every time they win a pot, and you give them a 100 chip every time.
Yeah.
Or the time that Tripper was on, and he said that you told him you got to figure out ways to make money inside the casino aside from the cards.
Yeah, and bigger than this, we're talking about running games. We're talking about slot AP. We're talking about banking the Cal games. I'm talking about if you want to make this your career and you want to make as much as a junior partner at a law firm, you ain't going to do it playing 5-5 and taking shots. No, that ain't gonna happen. But if you want to make, the $250,000 a year and up, you gotta think a lot bigger than playing poker. A lot bigger, and there's a lot of money in a casino. There's a lot of money in a casino, and you can get your fair share if you think big. All right, and I talk about this all in other shows. So if you listen to the old shows, like not that old, within the last year, I go over a dozen different ways to make money. All right.
Got it. Thank you, Lyman. Before I go, one request is, can you get Limon on again?
I'll try. Thanks, brother.
Thank you, Lyman. Have a good night. Bye.
Later. All right, 909, you're on Pokersesh.
Well, I take exception to everything bad you just said about poker, but what do I know? I'm just a pro. But anyway, we'll talk about that another day.
Oh, God.
I have a hand history that I was hoping that you could help me out. What's really been bugging me.
Okay.
All right, I'm a 10 cent, 20 cent pro.
I knew this was going to be fucking horrible. I knew this was going to be a fucking horrible nightmare. But you know me, I take every call seriously. I'm the best straight man ever, so do your fucking horrible call now.
Okay, Hero is under the gun with aces, sitting on about 100 BBs.
Right.
He opens up for around 2.3x.
Right.
Folds to Villain, who's in the hijack. He goes all in.
Right.
Villain covers Hero. Actions folds back to Hero. He thinks about what range that Villain's trying to represent, and eventually decides to call.
Okay, I can't take you anymore. I can't take you. Okay, Kevin, you're on Pokersesh.
Yo, I got 4 topics.
Okay, wait, Kevin, what's
2
all
are
that?
really good.
What's all the squealing?
What?
There's a bunch of squealing sounds behind you.
I'm at 24-hour fitness.
Okay, there's a bunch of sounds of like weights clanging.
Yeah, there's a bunch of weights. Do you want me to walk somewhere else? Quieter?
Yeah, I don't. You're like fucking people asking you like, oh, can I cut in, bro? Can we throw a couple more plates on that fucking bench, bro? I don't. Come on.
All right, is it quieter over here?
Yeah, you're fucking. You're trying to look at some fucking chick's camel toe hang out of her fucking yoga pants. Come on.
I am, dude. There's a lot of hotties here. All right, let's stick to poker. Stick to poker.
Stick
you
to
ready?
poker. Okay.
You ready for the? I'm just talking to a friend in a quiet place. So the first. All right. So no, I got really good topics. Urgent, breaking news. All right.
All right, breaking news.
Do you want the biggest topic first?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So there was this Russian guy that came into Hustler Casino last night. He sat down at the 5-5-10 directly to the left of the dealer, and then the Sandor, the host of Hustler, and this Reg Peter basically called him out. Like they called the floor and they called the management on him.
Yeah.
And they got him banned because he was this like Russian cheating guy, and there was a big cheating scandal at Hollywood Park Casino a month ago.
Right.
Because he was putting his phone on the table and then recording the dealer's pitches, I think.
Right.
And then looking at the phone to see the hole cards.
Yeah. This was happening. This has been happening at Commerce for at least 2 years, maybe more.
So what happened? So it was like this like really skinny Russian guy with a bunch of acne scars.
Right.
And he looked like really tall, skinny, like sketchy as hell. And they called management, and the shift supervisor talked to him outside, and I don't know if they got him. I think they got him like barred from Hustler also, because he was the same guy that got barred from Hollywood Park Casino.
That's right.
He was the guy that made the no cell phones on the felts, or even on the rail rule. Yeah, but people, it's making people mad, bro, because fish want to put their cell phones on the rail at least.
Well, this is the future that we live in, Kevin. Like, these phones have these wide aperture. I think I'm saying that right. They have this wide aperture camera lens. They can if you set the phone on the table or even on the rail, you can easily catch the pitch of the dealer. This is happening in Las Vegas too. So what's happening in Las Vegas right now is at some casinos, they're forcing the dealers to do European style dealing where they deal out of a shoe and they slide the cards, okay? So
Oh wow.
that's what's coming. You get ready. 100% I guarantee it. That's what's coming.
All right.
The sliding the cards
wow.
is coming. But it's not
Yeah.
gonna fix anything, Kevin. Let me tell you something. Live poker
What?
is dead. It's dead in a casino. It's dead.
It's not.
Yeah, let me tell you something. The cheating is going to get out of control because people can buy Google fucking glasses, Meta glasses. These Meta glasses, I saw a dude showed me how they fucking work. The Meta glasses can see better than your eyes. They can pick up they can detect small little differences in things in the metaverse. Now,
Wow.
this doesn't matter. This is fun. If you're just trying to like look up girls' skirts or whatever, it's fun, right? But But it's not fun if somebody's using them to look at all the cards and have the AI see which the little tiny differences between each card. Okay, tiny differences.
Yeah.
They're going to.
Okay.
Technology in the future is going to make public casino poker basically a thing of the past.
Wow, that's a bold claim. That's a bold claim, babe. That's a bold claim.
Now let me say something. I will give one caveat. My caveat is that they might just go to electronic tables. Electronic tables might solve some of this. So you get rid of cards and you get rid of the dealer. So everybody's sitting around and they have a little tiny screen in front of them and they look at the little tiny screen and their cards pop up, okay? Now,
Okay.
the normal none of this visual technology is going to be able to say what's on that screen, okay? Because you'll have that protected. But then people are just going to try to hack the tables. It's just going to be endless. And this is what
It's always going to be a cat and mouse game, but I think poker will be here to stay. I don't think it's going to go electronic, Abe.
No. Here's what's going to
But
happen.
they banned the glasses. They banned the Meta glasses.
I know. But Kevin, let me tell you something. You want to know what's going to happen?
Okay.
I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. Are
What,
you ready?
what do you think's going to happen? What do you think's going to happen?
Because fish do not want an electronic table. Fish do not want to put their phone in the car. Fish want to wear whatever fucking glasses they want to wear. All of these good games are going to be private. They're all going to be home games amongst friends or acquaintances. So in the near future, you're going to have to be very fucking likable to play old school poker with cards and chips. So, Kevin,
I see what you're hinting at. I don't get into arguments at the poker table anymore, Abe.
you're likable.
But you said likable. Yeah. I see what you're trying to say. I'm a lot more. Look, I don't get into arguments at the poker table, but I've also moved up to 5-5, so there's less arguments.
Why would you be less likely to argue with a 5-5 player than with a 2-3 player?
Because 2-3 players, the rake's higher, so there's more losers.
Yeah, but who cares? Why would you argue with them?
They're just way dumber.
Yeah, but why would you want to argue with dumb people, Kevin?
I don't. I'm just saying that, like, it's better decorum the higher you go up in stakes.
Who cares?
It's better
Decorum. Who
etiquette.
gives a fuck about decorum? Kevin, what would you...
There's so many annoying people at the annoying people at the poker table.
Yes.
Like, if you're there just to try to make a dollar, it's fucking 2-3 is fucking can be fucking miserable.
Tell me what a $2, $3 player can do to make you miserable. Please tell me.
I mean, they just talk shit and they're annoying.
Who cares? They're losing money.
They're not. That's the thing though. At 2-3 though, they're not losing enough money to make it like really decently enjoyable.
Okay, but at 5'5", they're just as annoying.
The structure's better, so I make more money. So it's easier to put up with.
Yeah, but
and there's less annoying people at 5'5".
Yeah, but Kevin, at some point in time, you're gonna say that the 5'10" game is less annoying. Annoying people don't matter. You should love to be around annoying people.
Look.
What? We lost Kevin. Somebody dropped a weight on his head. Oh, fucking Kevin. Kevin.
So I got in my car. Yeah. What's up?
Okay,
I didn't hear what you said.
okay.
I got to get in my car.
Okay, I thought somebody dropped a weight on your head.
No, that was a good one. That's a good one.
Well, Kevin.
Wait,
Kevin.
Topic?
Kevin, you were just working out, all sweaty, and then you just go get in your car. You don't even go to the locker room.
I go to look for hot chicks, and there's not that many tonight.
So you didn't even even work out at all?
Well, I did the bike for like 5 minutes, but I'm not sweaty. No.
If you're not sweaty, Kevin, if you're not sweaty, it's not a workout. You're just a creepy guy. A creepy guy at the gym.
But I'm a creepy, handsome guy. All right?
Oh, yeah, Kevin, speaking of creepy guys, DJ Melody told me that you're stalking him.
Oh, my God. Do you want me to play along? Sure. And I'm going to go stalk him tonight at Gardens Casino right now.
No, he said you followed him to the fucking, the ribs place, the barbecue place, or looking in the window at him.
He's across the street from BJ's.
Yeah.
He went to some restaurant, and I saw him. I think I saw him, but I didn't know for sure.
He said you were creeping around the fucking parking lot. Why were you creeping around the parking lot at BJ's?
No, I went to check out the restaurant across the street from BJ's. This was like 3 weeks ago when I called you.
Yeah. So why are you?
I was checking out the waitress seats.
So yeah, that's creepy, number one. But even more creepy is you're staring at DJ Melody through the window. That's creepy.
No, dude, that was a coincidence.
A coincidence.
That was
a coincidence.
I'm not gay, bro. That's funny you said that. All right, I got the next topic. Yeah.
Okay, next topic.
So Daniel Negreanu is going to play No Limit Cash on Friday.
Right.
And this guy Alex Duvall looked into DNEG's like history, and like DNEG has only played. He says deep stack limit poker.
Right.
That's what DNEG said, which doesn't really make sense.
No, that doesn't make sense.
So
there's no such thing.
Yeah, DNEG. Yeah, so he might get crushed. He might get crushed tomorrow.
He doesn't care.
Or Friday.
It's not his money. He doesn't fucking care.
Yeah, it could be GG Poker's money.
GG Poker purchased the World Series of Poker. Okay, correct?
Yeah, so they might be putting. Yeah, correct.
This is all fucking marketing. This is marketing for dorks. This is to fool dorks. This is so like dorks go like, oh my God, Dan Negreanu is gonna play on the fucking stream. Dan Negreanu hasn't played on a stream in fucking a decade. You don't want to know why? Because if he played on the fucking stream, he had to play with his own money. He played in super high rollers. You want to know why he played in super high rollers? It's not his fucking money. He doesn't have to play with his own money. You want to know why he's playing on the stream? Because it's not his money. He doesn't have to play with his own money. Dan Negreanu is a smart fucking businessman. He is one of the smartest businessmen in poker. If you see Dan Negreanu, you see those chips in front of him? You can guarantee those aren't his fucking chips. Dan Negreanu doesn't give a fuck. Dan Negreanu.
Hey, you might be right.
Of course I'm right. Of course I'm fucking right.
Well, you might be wrong is what I'm trying to say, you stupid fuck. You might be wrong, too.
I could be wrong. I could be right.
You could be wrong.
Daniel Negreanu. Yeah. Dan Negreanu.
He might get crushed. He might get crushed.
Dan Negreanu is exactly like that hooker that you tried to fuck in Las Vegas. She knows her value. Dan Negreanu knows his value. He knows his value, all right? He ain't going on He's not going in any fucking tournament or on any fucking show to make Ryan Feldman money. You think Dan Negreanu is trying to make Ryan Feldman fucking money? Dan Negreanu is not going to make Ryan Feldman one fucking cent. If Dan Negreanu is on Ryan Feldman's show, his ass is getting paid, one way or another, either through signing people up to WSOP, signing people up to GG, or getting a straight fucking appearance fee. Believe me, he knows his value.
Yeah, I think he's definitely getting an appearance fee. I hear that Feldman does that.
Of course he does that. He gave Durr $5,000 to wear a hoodie.
So he's probably getting at least $5K. But you never know. But the point though is just that he's probably going to get crushed.
No, he's not probably going to get crushed. Dan Negreanu is not going to play in a horrible lineup, number one. The lineup is going to be okay to good. It might be good. It's going to be at least okay. It might be good. Dan Negreanu, there's no possible way that he's going to be a dog in that lineup. He might not be a big favorite, but he's not going to be a dog.
You're right. They got 3-coin. They got 3-coin in there, so that's the whale.
Yeah, they're going to have a couple different whales. They're going to have some pros. It's going to be a good mix. It's going to be a good show. Fucking Ryan Feldman knows how to put on a good show. There's nothing Ryan Feldman knows how to do more than put on a good show. It's going to be a good show. There's no fucking way Negreanu is a dog in the lineup. He might not be a big favorite, but he's not a dog. He might win. He might lose. Either way, it's good for fucking Feldman because it'll create some clips that he can fucking put on the internet and use it to get more viewers and use it to recruit more people to his other side businesses.
Yeah. That's fair. So that's about. You ready for me to move on to the next topic?
Okay, next topic.
The LA heat wave. I've noticed today that the tables are their tables are a little less.
Yeah.
What do you think about the heat wave affecting people wanting to go to the casino?
I don't know. I mean, I actually would have guessed the opposite. I would have guessed that people would want to go someplace with good air conditioning. Is the casino not? Is the air conditioning good at the casino?
Gardens Casino, it's good. Hustler, it's okay.
Then I'm surprised. I would have thought that the heat wave would bring more people. I'm very surprised.
That's fair. Yeah. And all right, so the final topic, I moved it up to 5-5 because I couldn't stand the 2-3 structure.
Okay.
And I think it's like an economic leap of faith or kind of like a jump.
Right.
What do you think about that? I think it's fair.
Well, Kevin, you should always play the biggest game that you can afford to play in, because the rake gets smaller as a percentage of the pots. Yeah. Okay. So if you can afford to play 5-5, which you can because your mom will just keep giving you money. So as long as you have an unlimited bankroll, your bankroll is the exact same size as how much money your mom has under the mattress, okay? So as long as your mom will keep giving you fucking money, you should always play in the biggest game that you can get into.
No, I just do 5-5 and just have multiple buy-ins.
Okay.
But I did jump from 2-3. Because they say like the 20 buy-in rule, the 40 buy-in rule, but the $100 structure really kills the 2-3 game.
Yes, but Kevin, for 5-5, how many buy-ins do you have? Like 3?
4.
4. So it's not a bankroll, Kevin. 4 buy-ins is not a bankroll. That is not a fucking bankroll. You have cash flow. You have
not much. My mom doesn't give me much at all.
Yeah, but
she only gives me like $400 a week.
Yeah.
And it's running out.
Yeah.
No, but dude, I'm happy doing the 5-5 off of my limited roll. It's fine.
Kevin,
I'm happy with it.
Okay, Kevin, I wish you the best. I want you to play 5-5 and make money, but I can tell that you still have the exact wrong mindset to be a winning poker player.
What are you talking about, dude? I was successful, and I was only not successful when I had to play smaller and still had a high cost of living.
Kevin,
I don't understand why you keep like contesting that I'm a winning poker player or not.
Kevin,
I literally won $500 last night. What? Dude, I gotta go. I'm literally like about to drive right now to the casinos.
Okay, to the casinos. How many are you going to?
All my money's at Hustler right now, so I might take it and check out the Gardens games.
So you have your money in a player's bank?
I've always had Players Bank. I have a player bank at every casino.
You can't have a player's bank at every casino, Kevin. You don't have enough money. There's like 6 casinos.
No, you can have a player bank with no money in it. Because I used to be a rich man.
How many of your players' banks have $0?
I mean, a lot, because I don't play at
Yeah.
a lot of casinos. But that's not the point. That's not the point.
That
Are you
is
just
not-
gonna like insult me and make jokes? Because I gotta go.
Okay.
If you're gonna do that.
Kevin, I'm not trying to insult you. I'm trying to help you. This always ends poorly. Okay, Kevin.
Well, you're a fucking idiot, Abe. You've always been a degen host. You haven't really been a real poker pro. You always get paid by the house.
Kevin.
Like, I gotta go make fucking money, Abe.
Kevin.
How much do you get paid for this show, for example? How much you get paid? What, $500 a month? How much do you get paid for 8 hours of work a month?
No, more.
What do you get paid for this show?
More.
$1,000 a month.
More.
You get more than $1,000 a month for this show?
Yes.
Wow. Congrats. Anyways, I got to go make money. So you can make fun of me all you want.
No,
but
I'm
I gotta
not.
go make
Okay,
money. So have a
Kevin.
good one.
Kevin.
I got to go.
Kevin!
You're just making fun of me.
No, I'm not. No, I'm going to stop making fun of you. I want to ask you a serious question.
All right, well, I got to run. What's up?
Do you remember any more jokes from your old stand-up routine?
No. The Holocaust joke's all I got.
You don't remember any more jokes from it?
No, dude, I don't care about stand-up comedy.
No, but your old routine, you didn't do the Holocaust joke. You did the German guy with a fleshlight.
That is the Holocaust, the flesh lamp. That's the Holocaust flesh lamp joke.
Oh.
That is it. That's like the best joke I got.
That was about the Holocaust.
Yeah, it was in Nazi Germany, and there was that propaganda that the Germans made the Jewish flesh lamps.
Okay, can you do that joke again so that I can hear it?
No, I can't. I gotta go. I see it. I gotta go.
Okay. Bye, Kevin. There he goes. I don't think we can do any better than that, guys. Unfucking believable. All right, until next week. This has been Pokersesh. Thank you, everybody who called in, including Kevin. I try to be nice to him. I literally was trying to be nice to him, but it always ends badly. Every fucking Kevin call ends badly. And I do nothing but try to be nice. I'm a patient boy. I am a patient boy. Oh, God. I tried so hard. Dustin, thank you. HG9992, thank you. Thank you, everybody. Bob Doll. Thank you, that guy from Kentucky. Thank you. Thank you, Grimstar. Thank you, Lily Future Pterodactyl. Thank you, Nick Van Fest. Thank you, Jeff. Wait. Everybody, call in next week. 516-259-9515. Next Wednesday, live. Get your questions ready. I'm a patient boy. I'm a patient boy. I won't make the same mistakes. We didn't get a Grimstar hand history tonight. Can you believe that? No Grimstar hand history. What happened? Ah, yeah! Sitting in the waiting room. Oh, yeah! Until next time.